Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Tanvi Taneja and with me is Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. India creates history at Brisbane, defeating Australia by 3 wickets and clinching the series 2-1. Country's COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 96.66%. Government to hold next round of talks with farmers' unions tomorrow. Birthday of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to be celebrated as Parakram Divas on 23rd of January every year. And final electoral roll 2021 published in Assam, an increase of 2.46% voters registered. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin this bulletin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focusing on hand hygiene and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. India today scripted history in cricket, defeating Australia by 3 wickets in the 4th and final test at the Gabba in Brisbane and retaining the Border Gavaskar Trophy. India chased down the target of 328 runs and claimed the series 2-1.
It's ball, it's down the ground, it'll be at least 1. Saini, he's got an injury with the groin. It goes as far as the fence. India, incredible. Rishabh Pant.
This was the first defeat for Australia at their fortress Gabba in 32 years as Rishabh Pant's brilliant unbeaten 89, Shubman Gill's 91 and Cheteshwar Pujara played incredible half-century knock in the second innings to guide India to a memorable Test series win. Earlier, the visitors resumed their second innings this morning with all wickets intact. Chasing 328 runs for victory, India had scored 4 for no loss after bowling Australia out for 294 after tea on day 4 yesterday. Steve Smith with 55 runs was the top scorer for Australia in their second innings. For India, right-arm fast bowler Mohammad Siraj picked up his maiden 5-wicket haul. Shardul Thakur also picked 4 wickets, while debutant off-spinner Washington Sundar scalped the remaining 1. India had posted 336 in reply to Australia's first innings score of 369, conceding a 33-run lead. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed joy at the success of the Indian cricket team in Australia. In a tweet, Mr. Modi congratulated the team and said their remarkable energy and passion, stellar intent and remarkable grit and determination was visible throughout. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also congratulated the Indian cricket team for winning the Test match and the series against Australia. He said it is one of the most memorable victories in recent years. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has also praised the team for their display of grit, determination and resilience in the Test match. He said this win will go down in history as one of the best successful chases overseas by India.
The 10th round of talks between the central government and the representatives of farmer unions, which was earlier scheduled for today, will now be held tomorrow in New Delhi. In a statement issued late last evening, the Agriculture Ministry confirmed the new schedule and reiterated the centre's commitment to resolve issues of the farmers. Earlier, Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar had said on Sunday that farmers can tell the government what they want other than the withdrawal of the farm laws. Talking to a news agency, the minister urged the protesting farmers to hold a clause-by-clause discussion on the agricultural reform in the next round of meeting.
हमने लगातार किसान यूनियन के साथ आग्रह किया है कि वे कानून के क्लॉज पर चर्चा करें और जहां किसान को आपत्ति है या किसान को तकलीफ दिखाई देती है वो बताएं तो सरकार उस पर विचार करने के लिए भी और संशोधन करने के लिए भी तैयार है। हमारी अपेक्षा है कि किसान क्लॉज बाय क्लॉज चर्चा करें, वो रिपील के अलावा क्या विकल्प चाहते हैं वो विकल्प सरकार के सामने प्रस्तुत करें तो सरकार जरूर पूरी गंभीरता के साथ उनकी समस्या पर, उनकी आपत्ति पर विचार करने को खुले मन से तैयार है.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court appointed panel to listen to the grievances of the protesting farmers will hold its first meeting today. The Apex Court had on 11th of this month stayed the implementation of the 3 farm laws against which the farmer unions are protesting at the borders of the national capital. It had also appointed a 4-member panel to resolve the impasse. Anil Ghanawat of Shetkari Sangathan, agri-economists Pramod Kumar Joshi and Ashok Gulati, and Bharatiya Kisan Union President Bhupinder Singh Maan are the 4 members of the committee appointed by the Supreme Court. Bhupinder Singh Maan of Bharatiya Kisan Union has already recused himself from the committee and will not be attending today's meeting.
BJP National President Jagat Prakash Nadda today questioned the intention of Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over various issues. In a series of tweets, Mr. Nadda said Rahul Gandhi is spreading lies that all the APMC mandis will be closed down. He questioned, was action against the APMC Act not a part of Congress manifesto? He also said Mr. Gandhi enjoyed Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu, but why did his party ban and insult the Tamil culture and ethos when Congress was in power?
India continues to leap ahead in its fight against COVID-19 with over 1,228,000 cumulative recoveries so far. With this, the national recovery rate has further improved to stand at 96.66%. The rate of new daily infection has further slipped to 10,064 cases being reported in the past 24 hours. This is the lowest single-day spike since second week of June. During the same interval, over 17,400 people have successfully recovered from the viral contagion. The gap between the recovered patients and active cases in the country has further widened, and the number of recovered patients stands at nearly 50 times the number of current active cases. The active caseload in the country comprises of nearly around 2 lakh people and continues to witness further reduction to stand at 1.90%. Out of these, nearly 60% are under home isolations and have mild to very mild symptoms. The Health Ministry informed that enhanced countrywide medical infrastructure, implementation of the Centre's standard treatment protocol by the states and union territories, and total dedication and commitment of doctors, paramedics and frontline workers have led to a persistent increase in the number of total recoveries in the country. The Health Ministry further said that this has also led to a commensurate dip in the fatality rate, which stands at 1.44%. The number of countrywide fatalities recorded in 24 hours has slipped below the 150 mark, with 137 deaths being reported since yesterday.
In Mizoram, the number of active cases has dropped down to 79. In the last 24 hours, 6 new positive cases of COVID-19 were recorded with recovery of 5 patients. With this declining trend, the recovery rate of COVID-19 has reached 98.08%. According to the State Medical Bulletin, COVID-19 tally has reached 4,329, of which 4,241 patients have recovered from the infection. In Bihar, the COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 98.08%. 2,53,913 people have so far recovered from the infection in the state. The number of active cases is continuously declining. Currently, 3,509 patients are undergoing treatment at various hospitals. In Maharashtra, the downward trend in COVID-19 cases is continuing with every passing day, giving a huge sigh of relief to the health authorities. As many as 1,924 cases were reported yesterday. More in this report.
The 395 cases of COVID-19 logged yesterday in Mumbai was the lowest daily addition since April last year to reach 3,03,148 caseload. A civic body official said the case doubling time in the metropolis was now 409 days, while the daily growth rate was 0.21%. The recovery count reached 2,84,331 or 93% of the caseload after 481 people were discharged on Monday, leaving the country's financial capital with 6,676 active cases. There are 133 containment zones and 2,248 sealed buildings in the city currently, as per the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation data. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
Telangana reported 256 fresh COVID cases during the past 24 hours. With this, the total COVID cases reported in the state has gone up to 2,92,128. The state conducted over 31,000 tests yesterday. The recovery rate improved to 98.08%, with 298 more people recovering yesterday. This took the number of the recovered people so far in the state to 2,86,542. The Health Ministry has said that a total of 7,704 sessions of COVID-19 vaccination was conducted in 25 states and union territories, in which 1,48,266 beneficiaries were vaccinated on the third day of the launch of the world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive on 16th of this month. Addressing media in New Delhi yesterday, Additional Health Secretary Dr. Manohar Agnani said, with this, taking all the 3 days, a total of 3,81,305 beneficiaries have been vaccinated so far.
A total of 3,81,305 beneficiaries have been vaccinated for COVID-19. A total of 7,704 sessions have been held. 18 जनवरी को 5 बजे तक के जो प्रावधानिक आंकड़े हैं, उसके अनुसार सारे देश में 1,48,266 लोगों को टीका लगाया गया। अब तक 580 एडवर्स इवेंट्स फॉलोइंग इम्यूनाइजेशन रिपोर्ट हुई हैं और इनमें से 7 लोग हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन के लिए भर्ती हुए।
Dr. Agnani informed that out of total 580 adverse event following immunization cases, 3 hospitalizations were reported in Delhi, out of which 2 persons were discharged, while the other one is under observation at a private hospital. In Uttarakhand, 1 person was hospitalized who is stable and under observation at AIIMS Rishikesh. In Karnataka, 2 cases of hospitalizations have been reported and are under observations, and in Chhattisgarh, 1 case is under observation.
In Gujarat, about 13,000 health workers will get COVID-19 vaccine today. According to sources, 12,320 health workers and frontline warriors got the vaccine on Saturday, the first day of the nationwide vaccination drive. More from our Gujarat correspondent.
According to the State Immunization Officer, Dr. Nayan Jani, about 13,000 registered health workers will get the vaccine today at 161 vaccination sites. All the beneficiaries have been informed through CoWIN application yesterday. As per the national guidelines, the state will carry out COVID-19 vaccination for 4 days a week. Thus, the vaccination will not take place on Sunday, Monday and Wednesday every week. According to the State Health Department, these 3 days are reserved for regular vaccination for other diseases. Yogesh Pandya, Air News, Ahmedabad.
COVID vaccination work is going on smoothly at 167 places in Rajasthan. Today, more than 16,000 health workers are to be vaccinated in the state. Our Jaipur correspondent tells us more.
11,288 health workers were vaccinated yesterday in the state. Maximum 1,057 health workers were vaccinated in capital Jaipur. Project Director Immunization Dr. Raghuraj Singh told that the vaccine campaign is gaining momentum. He told that no adverse effect on the health of any person has been observed so far. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot also reviewed the COVID vaccination program in the state. He said that more than 70% of health workers got the vaccine on the first day. Chief Minister said that vaccines are completely safe and people should get vaccinated without hesitation. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
The Puducherry Health Department has informed that 280 persons took their first dose of COVID-19 vaccine in the Union Territory till last evening. Our Puducherry correspondent has filed this report.
The COVID-19 vaccination mission rolled out on 16th in Puducherry. On the first day, 274 volunteers vaccinated. The second day, that is yesterday, 117 volunteers from Puducherry, 116 persons from Mahe taking the vaccine, while Yanam recorded 40 persons and Karikal 7 persons. Overall, 267 persons from Puducherry region, 195 in Mahe, 70 in Yanam and 22 persons in Karikal region had taken the first dose of vaccine. The Health Director Dr. Mohan Kumar advised that those volunteers who are taking the medicine would have to get another dose after 28 days to boost the immunization power. As far as the new cases are concerned, 37 cases tested positive today, while 26 persons cured and discharged. Now, the recovery rate stands at 97.57% and the fatality rate stable at 1.66%. Chandra Mohan, Air News, Puducherry.
In Jharkhand, COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 98.09%. 1,15,550 people have recovered so far and have been discharged from hospitals. Presently, only 1,190 patients with active COVID-19 infection are undergoing treatment at various hospitals in the state.
The Education Ministry today said the syllabus of JEE and NEET will remain unchanged for the year 2021. However, unlike previous years, this year the candidates will have options to answer the questions in JEE and NEET examinations. The syllabus for JEE Main 2021 will remain the same as the previous year, but students will be given choice to answer 75 questions out of 90 questions. In JEE Main 2020, there were 75 questions, all of which had to be answered by the candidates. The exact pattern for NEET UG 2021 is yet to be announced. However, in view of reduction of syllabus by some boards across the country, the NEET UG 2021 question paper will also have options on the lines of JEE Main. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. India creates history at Brisbane, defeat Australia by 3 wickets and clinch the series 2-1. Country's COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 96.66%. Government to hold next round of talks with farmers' unions tomorrow. Birthday of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to be celebrated as Parakram Divas on 23rd of January every year. And final electoral roll 2021 published in Assam, an increase of 2.46% voters registered. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News. The Union Government has decided to celebrate the birthday of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose as Parakram Divas on 23rd of January every year. The Ministry of Culture said in a notification that the decision has been taken to honour and remember Netaji's indomitable spirit and selfless service to the nation. It said people fondly remember Netaji's unparalleled contribution to the nation on his 125th birth anniversary. The government has decided to celebrate the 125th birth anniversary year of Netaji beginning from this month in a befitting manner at the national and international level. It may be recalled that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his Mann Ki Baat address on 23rd of January 2019, promised to celebrate the birth anniversary of Netaji in a special manner.
देशवासियों, भारत की इस महान धरती ने कई सारे महापुरुषों को जन्म दिया है और उन महापुरुषों ने मानवता के लिए कुछ अद्भुत अविस्मरणीय कार्य किए हैं. हमारा देश बहुरत्ना वसुंधरा है. ऐसे महापुरुषों में से एक थे नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस. हमारे स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वीरों की गाथाओं को बयां करने वाली बातें हमें इतिहास के भीतर जाने के लिए प्रेरित करती हैं. सुभाष बाबू को हमेशा एक वीर सैनिक और कुशल संगठनकर्ता के रूप में याद किया जाएगा. एक ऐसा वीर सैनिक जिसने आजादी की लड़ाई में अहम भूमिका निभाई. दिल्ली चलो, तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा जैसे ओजस्वी नारों से नेताजी ने हर भारतीय के दिल में जगह बनाई.
In Assam, the Election Commission of India team held meetings with the representatives of various political parties in Guwahati. The leaders of the BJP, the Congress, the Assam Gana Parishad, the Bodoland People's Front, the AIUDF, among others, held discussion with ECI and put their views. The ECI team has also met government agencies who have a role to play in the upcoming assembly polls. Later, ECI will hold meetings with district election officers, DEOs and SPs. A report from our Guwahati correspondent.
The political parties have expressed their views and concerns to ensure a free and fair assembly polls in Assam. Most of the political parties have emphasized to increase the number of polling booths as per the COVID protocol. Political parties have also stressed to hold the polls in 2 to 3 phases. Among other issues, raids against illegal arms and safety of EVM were highlighted during the meeting. The ECI team has also held meetings with election-related regulatory agencies, including income tax. In a short while from now, they will start discussion with district election officers and superintendent of police where micro-election plan is likely to be discussed. Manas Patel Sharma, AR News, Guwahati.
Meanwhile, the final electoral roll 2021 was published yesterday. As per the roll, the state has 2,29,92,505 electors, while 1,16,56,926 are male voters. The number of female voters stands at 1,13,35,579. Compared to the final photo electoral roll 2020, the state has registered an increase of 2.46% voters.
In Gujarat, 15 migrant labourers sleeping on the roadside were crushed to death when they were run over by a truck in Kosamba village near Surat late last night. According to police, all the deceased belong to Banswara district in Rajasthan. A speeding truck collided with a tractor loaded with sugarcane, after which the driver of the truck lost control of the vehicle and drove it over the pavement. 12 persons were killed on the spot, while 3 more succumbed to the injuries in the hospital. Our correspondent reports that the deceased include 8 women and 1 child. 6 injured, including truck driver and cleaner, have been admitted to the SMI-MER hospital in Surat. The President and the Prime Minister has expressed sadness at the road accident in Surat, Gujarat. In a tweet, Mr. Kovind offered his condolences to the families of the dead and wished the injured a quick recovery. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said the loss of lives due to a truck accident in Surat is tragic and his thoughts are with the bereaved families. He said ex gratia of 2 lakh each would be given to the next of the kin of those who lost their lives and 50,000 rupees each would be given to the injured from the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Mr. Modi prayed for the early recovery of the injured. Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani has also expressed grief and sorrow over the death of labourers. He has also announced financial assistance of 2 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of the deceased in the accident. Home Minister Amit Shah said that India has successfully launched the world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive.
विश्व का सबसे बड़ा टीकाकरण वैक्सीनेशन का कार्यक्रम प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में हमने चालू किया है। चुनौती तो हमारी तब समाप्त होती है जब कोरोना पर संपूर्ण विजय मानव जात प्राप्त कर ले, और ये संपूर्ण विजय का प्रमुख रास्ता है ये वैक्सीनेशन को, ये टीकाकरण को सफलतापूर्वक हमें पार करना। और जब तक जिसको जरूर है ऐसे एक एक व्यक्ति का टीका नहीं लग जाता, हम चैन से नहीं बैठ सकते।
Addressing police personnel in Delhi Police Headquarters in Delhi, he said 2020 was the challenging year and Delhi Police has performed well in every adverse situations like riots in northeast Delhi, lockdown and protest of farmers. He said it is important to understand the challenges and bring changes accordingly. He said police is the backbone of the administration and without efficient law and order, nothing is possible. Appreciating the role of the police personnel, Mr. Shah said Delhi Police should set the targets to improve the existing law and order mechanism and strengthen the weak areas. He said MOU has been signed with the National Forensic Science University and Delhi Police, which will help in creating a robust system for collecting the scientific evidence against the criminals and provide justice to the needy people.
और अब ये फॉरेंसिक साइंस यूनिवर्सिटी नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी बनी। कई राज्य के मुख्यमंत्रियों से मेरी बात हुई, सभी लोग इसके एफिलेटेड कॉलेज अपने अपने राज्य में खोलना चाहते हैं। कई लोग फॉरेंसिक साइंस के अलग अलग क्षेत्रों को अपने यहाँ सेंटर एक्सेलेंस का सेंटर बनाना चाहते हैं। इससे देश भर के अंदर एक प्रशिक्षित मानव बल फॉरेंसिक साइंस के क्षेत्र का हमें उपलब्ध होगा और तभी जाकर हम सभी जघन्य अपराधों के अंदर फॉरेंसिक साइंस एविडेंस को कानूनन कंपलसरी कर सकते। पहले मानव बल बनाना पड़ेगा। और आज मुझे बहुत आनंद है कि दिल्ली पुलिस ने NFSU के साथ लगभग 119 फॉरेंसिक सहायक व वरिष्ठ फॉरेंसिक सहायक को दिल्ली पुलिस में शामिल करने का जो निर्णय किया है, इससे इसकी गति बढ़ेगी।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has said that a total of 1,000 mandis have been added to the e-NAM portal across the country. In a tweet today, Mr. Javadekar said the government is committed to provide remunerative price to the farmers for their crops. He added that e-NAM portal was announced by the government under the guidance of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to fulfill the target of One Nation, One Market. In more sad news, Dr. V. Shanta, the world-renowned oncologist, passed away due to brief illness in Chennai today. She was 94. Dr. Shanta is the chairperson of the Adyar Cancer Center. I beg your pardon, Dr. Shanta was the chairperson of the Adyar Cancer Center. She joined the hospital in 1955 as a trainee and went on to become the head of the institution, which expanded far and wide to deal with the deadly disease in a more precise manner. Heading the institute, she was also instrumental in opting for international joint ventures to improve the quality of affordable treatment for patients. Dr. Shanta's contribution to the field of oncology had earned her the Magsaysay Award, the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan awards. The Tamil Nadu government will render state honours to Dr. Shanta. Leaders across political parties and celebrities mourning her demise said that her death has created a void in the field of oncology.
Today is a sad day for the cancer patients who are under treatment at the Adyar Cancer Hospital and also for those who have bravely conquered the disease. Tamil Nadu has lost one of its dear daughters who inspired scores of patients to fight the disease. Dr. Shanta told me once that it was her uncle Nobel laureate Sir C.V. Raman who was instrumental in giving her a vision to achieve in the field of science. Though women had not ventured into the medical field those years, Dr. Shanta had dedicated her life for serving and achieving field of medicine. She was an icon of simplicity and braveness in the field of cancer research and treatment. Cancer patients of different ages in various stages of treatment would eagerly wait for this octogenarian to visit them every day. Joy, AR News, Chennai.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief over the demise of Dr. V. Shanta. In a tweet today, Mr. Modi said Dr. V. Shanta will be remembered for her outstanding efforts to ensure top-quality cancer care. And despite the restrictions due to the pandemic, the great zest and energy sustains at the ongoing International Film Festival of India IFFI at Panaji. IFFI will continue till 24th of January. Niti Aayog will release the second edition of the India Innovation Index in a virtual event tomorrow. The index will be released by Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Dr. Rajiv Kumar in the presence of Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Saraswat and Chief Executive Officer Amitabh Kant. The India Innovation Index 2020 seeks to rank the states and UTs based on their relative performance of supporting innovation.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. In the national capital experienced moderate fog in the morning. The minimum temperature was 7 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 20 degrees. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Chennai will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 30 degrees. Kolkata will have mainly clear sky in the day. Srinagar also witnessed fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later in the day. The minimum temperature was -7 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 10 degrees. In Jammu, the minimum temperature was 9 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 22 degrees. The city witnessed fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later. Leh will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature was -12 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 0 degree. Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was -6 degrees Celsius, and the maximum will be around 11 degrees. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 3 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 13 degrees. Dehradun will have also mainly clear sky later. The minimum temperature was 6 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 22 degrees. Chandigarh will have mainly clear sky.
And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. India creates history at Brisbane, defeat Australia by 3 wickets and clinch the series 2-1. Country's COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 96.66%. Government to hold next round of talks with farmers' unions tomorrow. Birthday of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to be celebrated as Parakram Divas on 23rd of January every year. And final electoral roll 2021 published in Assam, an increase of 2.46% voters registered. And for details of these stories and more, you can always log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the Midday News.